So Thursday, the last episode for She-Hulk Attorney at Law premiered on Disney+. So today I thought it was time for me to stop and review She-Hulk Attorney at Law. Please know that everything that I will say in this video is just my very own opinion. My name is SW Nation, and you are free to comment down below your very own opinion on She-Hulk Attorney at Law. Comment down below, what did you guys think of the finale? And also, please don't forget to check out that Twitter. That's going to pop up on your screen right now, and that link is always in the description, as well as that Marvel playlist. That link is in the description as well. Also, please know that this video is going to be split into two halves. The first half is going to be a finale episode breakdown, and the second half is going to be a review. Time codes are down in the description. And with that being said, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get right into our rant. So we kick off the episode with an intro to She-Hulk, but in the style of the 70s show, which is pretty cool actually, but we all knew that they were going to do this callback at some point in the series, and they even did this callback back in The Incredible Hulk in 2008. We then see Jen in prison, the same prison that Blonsky was in, and while I wish we got a Hulk saying "I told you so" moment, or more of Savage She-Hulk's rampage, to get to the good stuff, we have to quickly get her out of prison while wearing an inhibitor. A montage happens where Jen is fired from her job and is forced to move back in with her parents. So she then gets the idea to take a mental health break at Blonsky's rehab site. After this, Nikki and Pug gets this idea to go meet with the Hulk King at an event for those who are a part of the intelligentsia site. There we find out that Todd is the Hulk King, and he was in my top 3 choices. Abomination, Nikki, then him were in my top 3 choices of who the Hulk King could be. I thought it was going to be Abomination because the guy that attacked her in the beginning of the series just so happened to be at the rehab spot. She just so happens to get attacked after she gets Abomination out of prison. Like, come on, the coincidences is always lined up. And with Nikki, she even looked at the camera in one episode, and she was uploading things to intelligentsia about Jen. And obviously Todd, because he called her a specimen. But because he called her a specimen, he was like at the bottom of my list. From here, it's revealed that the intelligentsia meeting is happening at the same place Jen is, which is Blonsky's lodge, his rehab site, with Emil transforming into Abomination on a regular basis to do little TED Talks. Todd reveals that Jen's blood was used to give him superpowers, turning him into a Hulk. And yeah, it looks about as bad as you can think it is. It's bad. The CGI on this guy is bad. But then again, granted, as we know, VFX workers have been overworked with Marvel, so I can see why it looks bad. After this, Titania just bursts through a wall, and then after that, Hulk just bursts through as well to try to have a rematch with Abomination. And it's like, dude, I mean, it's so much stuff happening at once. It's like, okay, like, what's really going on here? And also the rematch with Hulk and Abomination, it wasn't going to go well anyway, because Abomination, he looks about the same size as he did in 2008. But the Hulk doesn't. What is going on with the Hulk? Like, he looks like he gets his fit inside of a house, and he shouldn't look like that. Like, honestly, I really wish that they didn't scale Hulk down. He looks skinnier. He looks just like a regular guy. He looks like a 6-foot guy. No, Hulk is not that tall. He's taller than 6 foot. At this point, Jen just has enough of this entire finale and just pauses the entire scene. From there, we see her jump from the She-Hulk tab on Disney+, which I thought my TV was messing up. I was like, yo, like, what's going on? And then I see She-Hulk pop out of the She-Hulk tab on Disney+, and she just jumps right into Marvel Studios itself. She-Hulk then meets the writers of the show and tells them the finale basically sucks. She just says that you guys are not doing a very good job. The finale sucks. And then they're like, well, this is what Kevin wants. And then she's like, well, I want to go talk to Kevin. So then she breaks into Marvel Studios to go talk to Kevin about changing the finale. Kevin Feige, that is. But it turns out that Kevin is actually a robot, insinuating that the MCU is run by a machine, something that many people have complained about the MCU for years now. She then tells Kevin to change the finale, like adding in Daredevil and taking away Todd's powers, and even asks a question about where the X-Men are. which I actually found to be pretty cool. I thought that was pretty good. And the fact that she added Daredevil back in there just so we could see Matt Murdock again, I really love that a bit. I think this overall scene, it was a clever joke, very good joke, but I'm going to get more into that inside of the review section. We didn't have a Fast and Furious like ending with Matt Murdock joining the Walters family for dinner. Hulk then returns from Sakaar with news he has a son, Scar. And my opinion on this is that I really wanted to see Savage Hulk again, and because they just gave him a son, it's like, well, it looks like we're not going to see Savage Hulk again. If we do, then, I mean, it'll be a miracle how they're going to turn that out. But honestly, I really hope that we get to see a Savage Hulk again. But with him having a son now is so weird. I don't understand what the fascination is with giving all of the core Avengers kids to look over. Obviously, Clint already had a family, and Steve, I don't know if he has any kids yet. Tony had a daughter, which, makes sense over the 5 years he would settle down. But it's like Thor now has a daughter, Hulk now has a daughter. It's like, bro, Doctor Strange now have to take care of a kid. Like, come on. It's like all the Avengers are just taking care of kids now. It's so weird to me. And especially the two strongest Avengers in Hulk and Thor now being dads. I mean, if you think that's evolution of characters, I don't know what your evolution of characters in your mind is, but I don't think that is. So after this, the post-credit scene happens. It's Blonsky in prison again because, he turned into Abomination in the beginning of this episode. And Wong portals in there to get Blonsky out of prison and takes him to Kamar-Taj. End of episode. So that was the finale for She-Hulk Attorney at Law Season 1, I believe, or series. I don't know. Comment down below, guys. What did you guys think of the finale? My overall opinions on the general thoughts is that I thought it was pretty okay. Not the best finale of the Disney Plus shows. Definitely one of the most creative, clever, and I thought it did a pretty nice job with the old fourth wall breaking, introducing Kevin inside of the mix. We all know who Kevin is. With that being said, let's move right into our review, starting off with the good. And the good thing that comes to mind here is that this is just a fun, lighthearted show. Really, it's the only MCU Disney Plus show to follow the sitcom-style template to a T, along with WandaVision, that is. And essentially, that is what this show is. It is a lawyer by day, superhero by night type of sitcom that has some funny moments. Tatiana Maslany is just adorable as She-Hulk. Now, I don't mean that in a misogynistic way. I just think she looks cute when she is in those big stretched out suits from her Hulk form. But in terms of her performance, she's not bad. Like I said, it creates a nice little lighthearted space inside of the MCU. And I think just her performance is something that we've seen before, definitely. But I just find it to be so charming in a sense. I like the character of She-Hulk as well as the cast of this show. I think She-Hulk could have a bright future inside of the MCU. Now, I don't know where they're going to take her, but I really like her character. I want to see her interact with more characters as well, or maybe be the lawyer of some more superheroes. We could have another Spider-Man lawyer situation and have She-Hulk represent him as well. But going back to the cast of this show, they all felt like they had energy and just wanted to make this show the best that it could be and also have fun while doing it. The actor that played Pug, Josh Segura or something like that, he also played Prometheus in Arrow, which is a little casting choice there that they did. It was kind of cool seeing him not be the murderous Prometheus from Arrow season 5, one of the best seasons of that show, and have him be one of these, lawyers inside of this campy, lighthearted, TV show on Disney Plus. After all, it is a legal comedy. Having all of these different lawyers just all have a good time inside of the workplace and then interact with obscure characters. All of that is just fun. And actually, some of the legal stuff is fun as well. Like the guy who's immortal, the immortal man who kills himself every time he gets a new wife. Yes, go through that lawyer situation. And then we have Dennis from her other law firm coming into this law firm. And then we have Megan Thee Stallion pop up. All of it is so much fun seeing these cameos. And Daredevil, I mean, come on, that gotta be a topic in and of itself. Daredevil showing up inside of the show. It was a little small thing, nothing too big. He showed up in the finale as well. But I don't see how they could have done it any better. I don't see how they could have MCU-fied him any better. This is a really great Daredevil off the bat. I can't wait to see more of Matt Murdock in his own show, and hopefully, maybe Jennifer Walters might appear in here. And the fourth wall breaking, you gotta talk about that. Nothing really too big to talk about except for the fact that she does it pretty effective here. That one that she did in the finale was actually pretty creative, one of the most creative things inside of the MCU on Disney Plus, that is. And essentially, it shows that, yeah, Deadpool can work inside of this universe. If She-Hulk can do it, Deadpool can do it as well. But with that being said, all of the good, lighthearted, fun lawyer stuff is just that. It's a fun show. But let's get right into the bad. And the bad thing that comes to mind here is that it wasn't funny. The show was pitched as a legal comedy. It was promoted as a legal comedy. And the funniest joke was Megan Thee Stallion twerking with She-Hulk. In episode 3, 6 weeks went by and I didn't laugh once at any of the jokes. Okay, I may have grinned a little bit at the stuff that Daredevil did in episode 8, but I didn't laugh as hard as I did with Megan Thee Stallion. I wanted the show to be funny enough that it was going to make me laugh, and not a lot of things make me laugh. The MCU especially, the writers come from Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty is somewhat of a funny show. I haven't really caught up on the past 3 seasons, but Rick and Morty is I would say a nice little funny show, but it's smartly written. It's supposed to be snappy, quippy lines that I don't think really mash with what they were trying to go for with this show. And the MCU is full of quips. This is the one time that you guys can warrant quips because you have the writers from Rick and Morty, and you guys don't do it. You just make it not funny. It's not funny. The humor is supposed to come out of the character. Like Megan Thee Stallion and She-Hulk twerking. Like Wong watching The Sopranos. Like Daredevil doing the Walk of Shame. The comedy is supposed to come out of the characters, but the jokes just weren't hitting for me. The writers just couldn't write comedy, or a story for that matter. I guess the Hulk King plot meant nothing because by the finale, it was changed, which I guess that was the joke. I guess that was the big story joke, like, aha, watch this, She-Hulk changed this finale, because the Hulk King plotline didn't really mash well with what she wanted to happen inside of her show, so she changed it. I guess that was the joke, which was pretty effective for the finale. In terms of the overall story, in terms of the overall season, it felt like you were leading up to something just for us to, aha, fooled ya. It's not going to go down that way. We knew that we had a sucky finale, but it's all going to pay off by the end because the biggest joke is She-Hulk breaks into the Marvel Studios. Pretty effective joke. Pretty funny joke. Clever idea. But the lead up to it, I feel like you lost viewers because of the lead up. Titania wasn't needed. I do not understand the whole deal with Titania. She just shows up with powers like the Hulks and Abomination, but it's like, why is she there? Why did she appear in episode 1 in that courtroom? Why was she there? Why is she at the wedding? I mean, we know why she's at the wedding, but it's like, why is she there? What is this character? Who is this person? And why didn't they explain her character? I guess you could say that we don't always have to be spoon-fed something, but we have 9 episodes of a show where you really could have fleshed out this character, and you could have made us like her just like the actress likes her so much. The actors did a better job of promoting this character than the actual show did. And it kind of sucks because the actress promoted the character phenomenally. And the show didn't do the character justice. I don't see myself wanting more Titania when I come out of this show. Also, I wanted more obscure characters. We had Immortal Man. We had the Frog Guy. We had Donnie Blaze. I just wanted really more obscure characters. They said that they were like going through all of the comic books to find these obscure cameos. It's going to be a cameo in every episode. And frankly, I really wish that we had episodes where She-Hulk was just representing some obscure characters with some random case. By the time we got to episode 4, we had less courtroom activity, which for a legal comedy is a big negative. In conclusion, She-Hulk Attorney at Law has lively characters and enough cast energy that tries to make this show the best that it could be. I was over the moon excited after that first teaser dropped in May. I could not wait to see She-Hulk. I told everybody that She-Hulk was going to be fantastic because the trailers were all fantastic. We had Daredevil coming in. It was going to be a legal comedy. It looked like it had the right look. Everything was going for it. But as it was promoted and pitched as a legal comedy, it was never truly funny. And the legal aspects sometimes were put on the back burner. Like I said, by the time episode 4 came, the courtroom activity just slowed down to a bit. I would have to say that She-Hulk Attorney at Law is a B. I want to go B minus, but I'm going to go middle of the road here is B because I did enjoy the episodes. And I would say an 8.5 out of 10. I would say it's just fun background noise. It is just, you can put this show on in the background while you're working out or while you're, you're playing a video game or something like that, or while you're writing or studying. Just have the show on in the background just to give you some, some enjoyability while you're doing something that you don't really want to do. Just, like I said, fun background noise. Alright guys, that is it for the review/rant. Please know that everything that I did say in this video was just my very own opinion. You are free to comment down below. What did you guys think of the She-Hulk Attorney at Law series, as well as the finale as a whole? Please don't forget to check out that Twitter. That's going to pop up on your screen right now. And also don't forget to check out that Marvel playlist. That link is in the description. And come back later for the Disney Plus Marvel shows ranked. With that being said, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all next time. Peace.